Hello, my melodies. Today, I found an item online that I've heard about, but just didn't know what or even how to use these. So I bought a centering tool. Um, we can we're going to dive into doing it, but I need some cards to practice against. So I figured I would grab one of the items that's been sitting on my shelf for a minute, one of these building battles from Silver Tempest. I bought a handful of these a little while ago while I was trying to build my Gardevoir deck, and ended up pulling the Curlia. Ended up pulling the Curlia, which has a number of Curlia that's in the actual the deck that it comes with. So looks like I have another Silver Tempest Curlia to trade for, because that refinement is such a useful card. And yeah, it's a staple in the Gardevoir EX decks that are going on right now. So we'll throw that up over there. But let's get some cards. And don't really need the build and battle box, but we're gonna dive in and see if we can get a rare pool, and then we're gonna use the centering tool to take a look at it. I've never used one of these centering tools. If you're interested in like grading cards and stuff, this can be very useful. It looks like, so the package that I bought comes with this like little portable magnifying glass too. It says it's a 30 times whatever. But sometimes it's obvious, like you can see how how a card might be miscut or just like misadjusted. Oh, okay, well, I wasn't expecting that type of pool, but we'll go ahead and have a rainbow rare Alolan Vulpix V-Star. Let's go ahead and put that in the MVP section. And we'll take a bigger look at that later. But let's have Blastoise start partying over there. Okay. I am a little bit speechless. I was not expecting to have the first pack have something awesome to look at. And that's definitely a great example of a card to see the stats on it. So when you send a card into a grading company, they will evaluate a lot of different things. Some of it is the type of card, the protection on the card, did it print well, and then of course centering is a big deal. You want the card to be as centered as possible with the cut. And that's where you kind of get all of the different grading categories, and that's where you end up getting a 10. So that's where if you have a PSA 10, you have a CGC, there's a bunch of different smaller startups that are happening. Beckett as well is a big one internationally. We got a Radiant Alakazam and an Unknown V out of that pack. So we got lots of different examples for us to take a look at today, which is awesome. And so yeah, it really comes down to whether or not you think a card can get a 10. Of course, if it's perfectly cut, if it's perfectly centered, if the colors look good, if it's not damaged, all that good stuff goes into getting a 10. And you don't always know. Like, you can be the most careful person opening up packs. You can be well versed and just know how to open up packs, not damage them, put them into sleeves immediately, put them with a tag, like those flags, those post-it flags, put it into a top loader, and then still end up getting like a 7 or an 8, just because the way that it was printed, the way that it was cut. So no hollow on that last one. I'll put those up there. But I think we have a pretty good array of examples for us to take a look at. I might pull the Alolan Vulpix out of the sleeve to play with the other toys. Okay, so comes with, it looks like, so Passive Paradise. I I think is the name of the brand that I got. It looks like it comes with a microfiber sleeve, probably to clean off the lens of the magnifying glass. And then it's supposed to come with a couple different items here. Looks like we have, oh, you can get a slab frame from them. There you go. Oh, HGA is probably another slab company. So it's going to come with the centering percentages. And then, okay, here we go. So how to use. Decide what you want to measure with first, top to bottom or left to right. If neither one is obvious, go with the center as much as possible. Read the line numbers on either side of the card. If not exactly lined up on one or both sides, you must extrapolate or average between the centering. Reference numbers on the table provided to get approximate centering. So from Passive Paradise, we have a little tool here, and these are all plastic, so they're pretty good. It comes with, you know, the little plastic bag or whatever, but here is the centering tool. Of course, you know, you want to read it on the correct side. I would assume it might be better to have this on an actual backing, but let's go ahead and line up this card as much as possible on top of each other. And I did buy one that specifically said it was the size for Pokemon. So I don't know if I'm getting it perfectly centered. Let's do top to bottom. And then let's line up on as much as I can on rotation. And I want to say that this looks pretty darn good. Can you see that at all? Maybe. Let me see if I can pick it up and try and get it. Okay, so we're gonna look at the Alolan Vulpix. We are going to line up the top of the card, then we'll line up the bottom of the card. And I want to say the centering looks pretty darn good on this card. Oh, okay, so there's some finesse involved. I think when I do this, I'm going to do this on a different table and on a different mat, but I think the Alolan Vulpix looks pretty darn good. And to just eyeball it, it looks like a pretty decent cut. It might be a little bit to the left if you eyeball it, but I don't know. It looks pretty solid. So I'm going to need some more practice with that, but let's see. The other fun part about this, I think, is you can, of course, put this on a keychain and put it on there, but then you should be able to take a look at the actual like card surface and see if there's any blemishes. Of course, you can see the names. I was thinking I might even be able to use it for like you do your numbers, so you can see, oh, well, we need to do a compare card. Well, what's the compare card number? Oh, it looks like it's 197 out of 195, right? Like that might be fun to do. And goes across the surface pretty well. So, and then you can inspect all the different elements. You can see all the different texture that's in there, even a little bit better, which is nice. I'm liking that. So yeah, I kind of like this little kit that I bought. Let's see how this folds up. This folds up on each other, so it's protected. Like I said, you can put it on a keychain and have that little piece here. And then of course you can see the different numbers. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Now we can see the more white back. Oh, okay. Well, and then there you go. If I were at a trading event or at League or something, then I could put these together, line up the card underneath, and clearly see that I can't line it up while holding it up in the air. But kind of a fun idea I wanted to check out. I'm gonna keep those together just so you can see how it looks. And you have the different grades through 1 through 10. If they all line up together, solid lines are odd, dashed lines are even, so on and so forth. And of course, the higher the grade that you would give it, more likely the higher the grade that you would get if you send it into a store or a grading service. So yeah, there you go. Little short video wanted to try out the centering tool and open some packs with you guys today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, hitting that bell, hitting the like button, commenting down below. Any interactions and all interactions help the channel, help me out, share my curiosities with you guys. So let me know if you like these types of videos, or if there's any questions that you have that maybe I can find a product and do some research on, try and answer. Who knows? Let me know down below. Thanks, of course, for spending your time with me as always. And in the end, a little music goes a long way.